Hey guys, I hope you're doing well and getting some rest, getting excited about spring break next week. I hope you get to maybe at least do something fun, even if it's just at home. But I hope you're excited about that. Today, let's get right to our grammar. We are on page 278 today. We're going to look at diagramming adverb clauses. So you'll need to have out a piece of paper as we're going to do some diagramming. But let's talk about diagramming adverb clauses. Now, to diagram the adverb clauses, again, you're going to diagram your independent clause first. That will go on the top, and then your dependent clause, your adverb clause, will go underneath. We want to connect it from if the adverb clause is describing a verb, then we want to connect it to the verb. If it's describing an adjective, we connect it to the adjective. If it's describing an adverb, we'll connect it to the adverb. So as you can see on page 278 that we're connecting with a dotted line. So that dotted line will go from the adverb clause to whatever it's describing. And then on the dotted line, you just write your subordinating conjunction. So it's really, these are pretty easy to do. So let's go ahead and let's look at number one and do that one on your paper here. We could publish a good newspaper if you would help us. If you would help us is our adverb clause. So it's going to go underneath. We need to diagram our independent clause on the top first. So subject, we, what's my verb? Could publish. We could publish what? Newspaper. Then we have a couple of words describing newspaper, a, good. So those would go underneath the word they describe. So and good would go under newspaper. Then underneath that whole diagram, now we're going to diagram our dependent clause. So what is the subject? You would help. Who or what? Us. Now we just need to connect them. So we're going to draw a dotted line and write our subordinating conjunction on that. Now our dotted line needs to go from verb to verb because if you would help us is telling us how or when we would publish newspaper. So let me show you. This is what yours should look like. If you've done it on your paper already, this is what it should look like, okay? The dotted line going between the verbs with a subordinating conjunction written on the dotted line. Okay, let's go ahead and let's try number two. Adrian can jump higher than Laura. Now remember, this is one of our elliptical clauses because if we were to finish that sentence in our head, we would say Adrian can jump higher than Laura can jump, right? So first diagram your independent clause on the top. So go ahead and do it on your paper while I do it here, and then we'll check your work. Adrian is my subject. What's my verb? I hope you said can jump. Make sure you get both parts of the verb. Can jump higher is describing can jump. So it's going to go underneath, right? Now let's figure out how we're going to do that dependent clause, the adverb clause. Well, what is the subject? Laura. What is the verb? There isn't one there, is it? It's understood. It's understood can jump. So I'm just going to use X's there. Now, how are we going to connect? What is it describing? Let's see if you can figure it out, and then I'll show you. Do you think you figured it out? How are we going to connect them? Let's see if you did. You're going to connect it to higher because Van Laura can jump is describing that adverb higher. So I'm going to make kind of like the stair step dotted line, write than on the dotted line. Okay, did you get it? I hope you got that one correct. All right, let's look at number three. Unless a tree has borne blossoms in spring, you will vainly look for fruit on it in autumn. Okay, now first of all, please make sure that you diagram the right clause on top. The first clause in the sentence, unless a tree has borne blossoms in the spring, that's actually my subordinating clause, so I am not going to diagram that one first. First, I need to diagram the dependent clause or independent clause, which is you will vainly look for fruit on it in autumn. So let's diagram that one first on the top. Okay, so what is my subject? You. What is my verb? Will look is my verb. Vainly is an adverb describing will look. So I'm going to put that underneath the word it describes. Then we have for fruit on it in autumn. Oh, we have a lot of prepositional phrases there. For fruit, describing where I will look On it is describing fruit. Then in autumn is telling me when I will look. So that's going to go under will look. Okay, now that I have that part done, now I'm going to diagram my dependent clause, my adverb clause. So let's see. Subject and verb. Tree, my verb, has borne. Tree has borne what? Blossoms. Okay, and let's see. I have in spring. Is it blossoms in spring or has borne in spring? Hopefully you're saying has borne because it's telling me when it has borne. So it's describing the verb. Okay. We need to put the article underneath tree. Now, where are you going to connect it? What do you think? You go ahead and connect it there, and I will do it here, and then I'll show you, and we'll see if you did it correctly. All right. Do you think you have it? Let's see. You should have connected your dotted line between the verbs will look and has borne, and then you write your unless, your subordinate conjunction on that dotted line. How did you do? Did you get it right? All right, let's look at number 4. All men may come to the Savior since the Savior came for all men. All right, let's diagram our independent clause first. Subject, hope you said men. Verb, I hope you said may come. All is describing men, so I'm going to put it underneath the word it describes. All men may come where? To the Savior. So I hope you're putting that prepositional phrase underneath the verb because that's what it's describing. Now do your adverb phrase underneath. What is the subject and verb? Hopefully you did Savior came. The is describing Savior. For all men. Just tell me why he came. So that needs to go under came, right? Now, where are we going to connect them? Let's see if you can do it. Are you ready? Ready to check it? Is this what you did? I hope you put the dotted line between the verbs may come and came, and that you put since, your subordinate conjunction, on the dotted line. Did you get it? I hope you did. All right, let's try. We're not going to do all 10. We're just going to do 2 more. So let's look at number 5. Though the people should support the government should not support the people. That's an interesting one. All right. First of all, notice that your subordinating conjunction or your subordinating clause actually comes first. Again, your adverb clause. So don't diagram that part first. You're going to diagram the second part of the sentence first. The government should not support the people. Okay? So go ahead and do that. Government. Be careful. Remember, not is not a verb, so do not put it on the verb line. Government should not support who or what? People is my direct object. Okay. Then after you do that, then let's diagram the adverb clause. Subject, people, verb. I hope you said should support. People should support what? The government. All right, then subordinated conjunction. Where are you going to put it? I hope you get it right. We've done it this way several times now. Do you think you have it? I'll show you. All right, did you do it like this? Though should be on the dotted line connecting between should support and should support. Okay, did you get that one correct? I hope that you did. Okay, we're going to do just one more. Number 6, and then we will be finished. Look at number 6. Since the Bedlington Terrier has a thick fleecy coat, it resembles a lamb. Notice once again, the dependent clause, the adverb clause is at the beginning. All right, I want you to do this one completely on your own. Go. And I will show you. See if you can beat me. Are you almost done? Are you beating me? All right, I am almost finished. Lots of adjectives in this one. All right, all I have to do is connect, and then I'm done. Okay, are you ready? Did I beat you? All right, let's see if you did it correctly. It resembles a lamb should be on the top because that is my independent clause. Then I have the terrier has coat, and thick and fleecy is describing coat. The Bedlington, both describing terrier. I've connected my dotted line between the verbs, and I wrote since on the dotted line. So how did you do? I hope you did well on those. That's all we're going to do for today for the grammar. And so all you'll need to do now is to watch your Cyrano video, and then you'll be finished for today. Thanks.